fellow revolutionaries, freedom fighters, and assembled guests. I am grateful to the organizers of this conference for inviting me to preside over this august assembly of old revolutionaries and freedom fighters who have sacrificed their all and undergone untold sufferings, brave poverty and privations in struggle for independence of India, and have been mainly instrumental in freeing India from the foreign yoke. The mane of British imperialist loin had been grabbed boldly and firmly by the revolutionary youth of India, like Chafekar brothers, Khudiram Bose, Savarkar brothers, Kanhaiya Dutt, Raja Mahendra Pratap, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Shaligram, Shukla, Asafullah, Champa, Champak Ram Pillai, Hari Krishan, Udham Singh, Surya Sen, Chandrasekhar Azad, Subhash Chandra Bose and others humbled it, subdued it and finally forced it out of India and ushered a new era of freedom since the heroes of the 1857 War of Independence, Mangal Pandey, Nana Sahib, Tatya Tope, Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai, Ahmad Shah and many others, known and unknown soldiers of freedom, had been the symbols and inspirers of patriotism, valor and fighting spirit of revolutionary soldiers of freedom. The history of revolutionary movement has been written with sweat and blood of many of our compatriots who have courageously faced the British imperialist repression, many of them inside and outside of India, embraced gallows, perished in Andamans, languished in exile, and suffered and died in various prisons of India. Their names are legions, but alas, their heroic and inspired in deeds are being lost to posterity due to blinded partisanship and falsification of history by those in power. This is not the proper occasion to analyze the merits and demerits of the present leadership, but the fact remains that throughout the fight of insurgent masses runs the red thread of glorious incidents like the martyrdom of Madan Lal Dhingra, Kanhaiya Lal Dutt, Balasore fight of Jatin Das Mukherjee, resistance brave group of Baba Gurjit Singh of Kamagat Maru, the exemplary sacrifice and revolutionary upsurge of Gadar party under leadership of our beloved Lala Hardayal Bhai Parmanand, Kartal Singh Sarba Parmanand of Jhansi and others. Parmanand of Jhansi and others. Assembly bomb echo and Lahore conspiracy case of Bhagat Singh, B.K. Dutt, Jatin Das, Rajguru and others. The memorable fights of Chittagong Armory Raid and Jalalabad Hills under the leadership of unassuming Surya Sen and heroic battle of Chandrasekhar Azad, the commander-in-chief of HSRA in Alfred Park, Allahabad, that still reverberates in the hearts of every patriotic Indian. It is in these such other numerous incidences that serve like beacon lights to guide the Indian people on long path of struggle for freedom and to fight and suffer the march ahead after every reverse in battle against British domination. Bande Matram and the revolutionary slogan Inqilab Jindabad that will continue to impel the fighters against injustice and tyranny. We are proud to remember were nurtured by our comrades that have sacrificed by blood of our revolutionary heroes. No corner of country remained out of that mighty configuration. Andhra Pradesh, we gave me birth, was no exception to it. Under the glorious leadership of Sitaram Raju, the band revolutionary there started guerrilla warfare against the British regime and in broad religion brought the British Raj to collapse. When young, I learned that without proper training in military science, our young men cannot succeed in battle with British armies. I therefore entered army and there began organizing groups of patriotic officers. While in Basra, the British officers smelt our secret activities. I was suddenly arrested, court-martialed and sentenced to death. I was only because of my untiring efforts of those patriotic Indian officers or band that my death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment and later released and repatriated to India. Here in India, I contacted the leaders of Gadar Party, Baba Prithvi Singh Azad, Pandit Jagat Ram, Shri Arjun Singh and others, then in jail with me in 1922, and later Savarkar brothers. In consultation with them, I started forming bands of patriotic young men under the guise of physical culture clubs and akharas. And on this machine, when I went to train Congress volunteers of Kanpur Congress session, I happened to meet Shri Pandey, Shri B.K. Dutt and Shri Vijay Kumar Sinha and later on Bhagat Singh and Chandrasekhar Azad, who were reorganizing the Revolutionary Party in northern India after the Kakori case arrest. Here I joined the Hindustan Republic Association, later renamed as Hindustan Socialist Republic Association, and participated in several militant actions. During Lahore conspiracy case, police came to arrest me in Baroda, but due to timely help of Atmaram and some others, I dodged them. And after remaining underground in India for some time, I went incognito to Soviet Union via Africa for further training in military and science and in art of propagation socialism. After my return to India, I again established contact with my old revolutionary colleagues who, to my great distress, had disbanded themselves and entered various political parties. A long interval had elapsed since those glorious days and degrading and demoralizing time of today. During all these years we attained independence. I have not been happy with the way many things have been happening. Even after 19 years of independence, we have not been able to build a homogeneous India and have not been able to root out and national elements to infuse greater resistance to foreign aggression, to reform and correct bureaucracy, to create healthy and happy and united nations. The prosperous tendencies are never increasing. The country men are divided into many parties and groups, alas, which mostly come into existence for establishing personal leadership of selfish individuals and group policies and politics. Provincialism and casteism have become the order of the day. The voters are caste, but taking into consideration the merit, sacrifice and service of candidates, but looking to their caste and subcaste, money spent like anything to corrupt the voters, no amount of persuasion to desist from corruption, nepotism and black marketing proves effective. Some of the old imperialistic bootlickers and jhukumwalas and the bureaucrats inherited it from the British imperialism are adjoining the post of vantage and power. Some of them have even maneuvered to creep into the state and center cabinets. The real and true servants of people have become helpless spectators to this sorry state of affairs. Groupism and bossism have become order of the day. When politicians are hankering after power and doing all to keep themselves in saddle at cost of people's well-being, people feel that selfless and all-sacrificing band of old revolutionaries should come forward to serve the nation and guide the people and take them out of the present morass. Friends, you did not fail the motherland when you had to face the bullets and gallows and face the mightiest empire on the earth with all the odds against you. Hark, the motherland is calling you again. People know you will hanker after power, run after riches. In this hour of destiny, Mother India looks towards you people. Know you and are aged. You are penniless. You are devoid of all means and count in the present day world. But they know you have got something that none possess. You are the spark that can cause the mighty conflagrations, which will destroy all that selfish, that is ugly, that is ignominious. Arise, awake, my dear brothers. Grind up to your lion's stand and united lead the Indian nation for a better, glorious future. Surely, friends, you have to begin from scratch. No big program, no tall talks. Start with small doings and the days of yore. I would suggest that consider the following minimum program. Number 1, building up the center organization with branches in various provinces and districts. Publication of periodicals, collection of materials from bringing out history of revolutionary movement, leading hand in eradication of black marketing, corruption, and curbing anti-national activities, giving correct guidance to the frustrated youth of the present day, erection of statues and monuments and memorials for the martyrs, naming of parks, street, etc. bearing names of revolutionaries, creation of new leadership from amongst youth to carry out the revolutionary tradition and to provide the new leadership with training both physical and ideological. This inclusive program will value together after this long interval. This is need of the hour. This is the call for the people. Vande Mataram. Long live mighty Indian nation. Long live the glorious of the martyrs of freedom. Long live the heritage of Indian revolutionaries. Inqilab Zindabad.